In this last video, we'll cover some of the optional features also and get our drawing accepted. So the first thing that is left to do is we have to show the staircase railing height. And to do that, we'll go into the staircase railing provision. And inside it, you can see the first color code that denotes the staircase railing height. I'll just copy it from here. Then going into the next part, we can show, even though it is not mandatory, but let's cover the habitable room and light and ventilation aspect, so that in case for other projects, if you want to make it, you can understand how you will make and denote the habitable rooms and light and ventilation features. So to do that, I'll just create the first habitable rooms that are naturally ventilated on this drawing. If you go into regular room, the first color code that is red, that is habitable room that is naturally ventilated. So I'll just copy the first part. And the habitable room that you make, it should be a rectangle. It shouldn't be any other profile. So this is a tentative dimension that we are denoting for habitable room. You don't have to create the polyline and showcase the footprint kind of thing, deducting the columns and all. You can just create a polygon that is rectangle or square in shape. Then I'll just match the property, the regular room. As you can see, we have our first room, that is block 1, floor 0, regular room 1. And I'll just the sectional elevation part, I'll show the room height for regular room 1. As you can see, block 1, floor 0, regular room 1. So similarly, in the floor 0, we can make another regular room to showcase drawing and dining area. So if you see in the drawing template, I have, for the ease of architects and technical person, I have provided multiple regular rooms. So if you see the first thing, it is written block 1, floor 0, regular room 1, and the next is regular room 2. So based on the number of rooms you have, you can just copy paste from here and use it to make your drawing. And similarly for for room 2 also we have to denote its room height. We have block 1, floor 0, regular room 2, and the color code is red. And for these two rooms, we then have to make, because it is naturally ventilated. Now, if we scrutinize the drawing, it will tell that there is a naturally ventilated habitable room present here. So we need to make the provisions for windows also inside it. So to do that, we'll go into the light and ventilation part. I'll just copy the polygon from here. So in the floor plan itself, we'll make the provision for window width and height. Height we'll just check in the elevation. One 1.37. And match its properties also. So we have made the habitable room and the light and ventilation part for room 1. So if you see the layer name, it is block 1, floor 0, regular room 1, and the same layer name is being used for the light and ventilation also. It is block 1, floor 0, room 1, light and ventilation. So this aspect, it should be mapped correctly. So it shouldn't be the case that you make room 2 light and ventilation inside the room 1 habitable room. So the light and ventilation feature and the habitable room, both these polygons should be mapped accordingly, such that the room number should be correct. So now, because we are making the dimension of the windows for room 2, we can keep the height aspect the same. So from the drawing template, I'll bring in the room 2 polygon also. This is the light and ventilation for room 2, block 1, floor 0, room 2, light and ventilation 2. I'll just we can try to do a scrutiny and let's see if the drawing is getting accepted or not. As you can see, now the message has come that the building plan EDCR scrutiny is accepted. If you download the scrutiny report, it will say the status is accepted. You will find all the information that you captured in the drawing. Coverage at 71.74%, FAR in 1.42. All the mandatory provisions have been met. We have also provided the chhajjas that are over the setbacks, doorways, height of building, mumti, parapet, plinth, and sanitation and setbacks. So this is an efficient way to make the drawing. First, check the mandatory provisions that are required in your project according to the bylaws by just making the 3-4 mandatory layers that were required for the system to start scrutinizing the project. For that, you just have to bring in the plan info, then plot boundary, building footprint, and built up area. And after that, you just quickly do a scrutiny check to identify which all provisions are mandatory for your project. And then concentrate on just rectifying or resolving those specific issues only. And then you can obviously go ahead and according to your project specification, you can make the optional features in OBPS also. So this completes the drawing preparation part. We can go ahead and create the building permit application, which we'll cover in the next section of the videos.